Wesley Show. I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head men's basketball coach Ric Wesley. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Nice to be here.
Well, Coach, it was a tough road swing for you last weekend. You had won 4 straight home games, and then you go on the road to Findlay and Wayne State, and you fall in both those games to drop to 14-11 overall, 10-8 in conference play. It was two tight games that you just weren't able to pull out. Findlay, you stayed close. Wayne State, it was close until they kind of pulled away at the end. What were your thoughts on the trip overall?
Well, obviously it didn't go the way we had hoped. 2 very difficult places to play, 2 good teams, 2 of the better teams in our conference. Had some good moments in both games, but certainly didn't have enough consistent play to have a chance to win in a difficult venues against good teams. So, overall, some of the same problems we've had all year. We just couldn't sustain 40 minutes of really quality effort.
Yeah, Findlay obviously had only lost 3 home games in the last 9 years. Always a tough place to play. You stayed with them for most of the first half. They kind of made a run late in the first half, and they led 35-24 at intermission. You played them even in the second half. Both teams scored 33 points. You shot the ball well from three-point range. You made 8. You were 8 of 21 from downtown, but Findlay, unfortunately, was 13 of 24. They just shot the lights out, and that was the deciding factor in that game.
First half, I thought as much as anything, we turned the ball over. We haven't really turned the ball over that much this year. We had 11 turnovers in the first half. So against a team like Findlay playing as well as they did, to just give away possessions, it's 11 offensive possessions, somewhere between 22 and 33 points that you're giving away. That's hard to overcome that. And then in the second half, particularly early, we came out in the first 5 minutes or so of the second half. Our defense really failed us, and they kind of jumped out to a big lead, and then we kind of settled down. And really, like I said, probably outplayed in the last 10 minutes of the game, but unfortunately, the deficit was too big. And I think that's a big thing when you go on the road. You just got to try to keep contact, stay in the game, and give yourself a chance with 10 minutes to go.
Right.
Unfortunately for us, the deficit was just too big, even though we finished the game playing pretty well.
Now against Wayne State on Saturday, you fell 80-67. That was a very high-scoring game. Both teams shot the ball very well. You trailed at halftime 41-32, but you got back to within 4, and then Wayne State kind of pulled away. It's surprising. You see that you shot 57% from the field. You made 9 of 14 three-pointers. But Wayne State, I think the big discrepancy was free throws. They made 26 free throws, so they had a 16-point advantage at the free throw line, as you guys only made 10, and they were 10 of 19 from three-point range. So both teams shot the ball well. I shouldn't say not a lot of defense, but there was just tremendous shooting from both teams, and they were just a little better on Saturday.
Yeah, not our typical type of game that we've had with them. We've had a lot of knockdown, dragouts, low-scoring games, and this was a pretty high-scoring game. Like you said, our offensive statistics were pretty good, really, other than maybe total numbers of free throws, and even that was just the fact that they had so many.
Right.
But our defense, it was not. We couldn't find a defense to really stop them. And 2 games in a row, teams have really shot well from the 3. And I thought Wayne State really played a great game. We could have played better, but I got to give them a lot of credit. And when we did creep back in there in the second half, it looked like, okay, now we got a chance. They made a big shot. I can't remember what they were from the free throw line. I think it was 28 for 29 or something like that. Yeah. There was never a crack in there that we could take advantage of. If they miss a free throw here or there, we were coming on and like, okay, maybe we can get this done. But to their credit, they continued to make the plays, and their offensive efficiency was really tremendous. So. Another tough loss. I didn't think it was for lack of effort, lack of trying. We just, again, defensively, we couldn't find a way to stop them.
Yeah, 26 of 29 they were from free throws. They 5 guys in double figures, so it wasn't just one guy. It was a bunch. Now, a couple strong performances for you last week, though. Tony Peters played very well at Findlay, had a career-high 16 points. That was the highest scorer in the game. Tony made 4 of 8 three-pointers. And then on Saturday, James Thomas had 26 points, 5 of 5 from three-point range. The last player to go 5 for 5 for you from three-point range was Pete Trammell back in November of 2007 when you guys played Columbus State early that season. So a couple strong performances there. Obviously, weren't able to get you over the hump, but it's good to see those guys shoot the ball as well as they did.
Well, right. It's good to see them play well. That's one of the reasons we were in the game. But unfortunately, neither one had played good in the other game. JT really struggled at Findlay, and Tony came back and really struggled at Wayne State. So, that's our challenge, is to get more than one or two guys playing well at the same time. And like you mentioned, Wayne State, they had 4 or 5 guys in double figures, and it was the same for Findlay. So we're not getting the kind of balanced, consistent, productive play that we had earlier in the year, or what I think you have to have in order to win against good teams. We're getting one guy maybe plays at the top of his game, and the other guy doesn't, that type of thing. So we just got to kind of get back to work this week. We got a big game coming up against Ferris, and hopefully we can put it all together as we head into the conference tournament.
Yeah, now it's your only game of the week, so you'll be able to rest your legs and kind of come back hopefully fresh on Saturday. You play at 8 p.m., so it'll be actually the last game of the conference schedule. So in terms of GLIAC tournament, you'll know where you stand going into that final game. Obviously, you want to win, so that's a no-doubter. But you'll kind of know where the teams fall. 65-57 loss at Ferris on January 28th. So we played just a month ago. But the Bulldogs, whenever they come here, it'll be a big game of Senior Day for your 3 seniors. And obviously for the GLIAC standings coming through, it's kind of a jumbled mess in the middle, so no idea really where or who will play next week. But talk about what the Ferris State game means on Saturday.
Well, they say it's a big rivalry game. It's always a great atmosphere. We played Ferris, close proximity between the school, familiarity between the players and coaches, and so on and so forth. So, I don't think we'll have any problems being fired up and ready to go. It's a great opportunity for us to send our seniors off on a positive note. Mike Prisdale, Nick Waddell, James Thomas, they've all been big contributors to our program. We owe it to them to come out and have a great effort and let them go out with a good taste in their mouth. And then, more importantly from a team concept is just to get some momentum. And as we head into the conference tournament, we've been saying here for a few weeks that anything can happen in our conference tournament. There's been a lot of parity this year in the conference. Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know where we're going to go, and wherever we go, I'm sure we'll feel like we got a chance, as 7 other teams do, to win the conference tournament. So, certainly a lot left to play for, a lot of reasons to be laser sharp in our focus and try to raise our level of play here yet one more time.
That sounds good. Again, Ferris and Grand Valley play this Saturday night at 8 p.m., the final regular season game here in the Fieldhouse Arena. Coach, best of luck on Saturday, and we'll figure out this jumbled mess of the GLIAC tournament next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Ric Wesley Show here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.